Welcome to the Loving Kindness Practice Group. We meet every Thursday at 12:30 online via Zoom. Today, we're continuing this experiment of live streaming through the Way Opens Wellness YouTube channel. And after this week, we probably will not be live streaming. There's really not a need for it. So this will be a Zoom group. You can always keep your camera off when you join. If you don't want to be seen, that's okay. Today we're going to have a little bit different kind of practice where I want to talk a little bit about how loving kindness practice is similar to and different from compassion practice or self-compassion practice. There's definitely overlap, and I'll speak to that in a moment, but we'll probably sit for maybe 10 minutes or so today, 10 to 15 for formal practice. And then if you'd like to sit longer or come back to it and do it again, you can. So how is metta or loving kindness practice different from compassion practice? We hear about compassion or self-compassion. The Pali word for compassion is karuna. And metta and karuna are cousins, or they're peas in the same pod, along with two other types of love practices heart-based, divine abodes. So there's loving kindness or friendly well wishes, benevolence, kindness, basically just kindness, metta, and compassion, karuna. And then there's sympathetic joy, which is the happiness we take in being happy for other people. When we see other people succeeding or having good fortune, the natural response to be happy for them. And then the last one is equanimity, which seems like an interesting way to talk about love. But equanimity is the power of steady balance. The equanimous person is the person who can't be thrown off their base of support by a tsunami of emotions or toxic energy or the unexpected. Folks who have developed equanimity in their practice and their lives have a steadiness even in the middle of a storm. And it is a type of love, a type of caring. So this is all going to be part of the 4-week series that I'm doing, that I'm offering starting April 20th for Tuesday evenings for 75 minutes. We'll meet, we'll talk about these 4 Brahma Viharas, or 4 divine states of positive energy in our hearts. And each of those weeks, we'll take one of these 4, metta, karuna, mudita, upekkha. Those are the 4. And after class, then for the following week, then you'll practice every day with a short guided meditation. And this class also will include a midweek check-in where I'll be available for a 30-minute session. You can hop on if you're in the class and ask questions, report things, and just join the community of people who are learning these practices, these divine abodes, divine abiding, ways of being. So karuna and metta, it does take a certain level of compassion to even want to sit and practice metta, to be friendly and loving toward ourselves. The qualities of compassion are more about actually what the word means, compassion, suffering with, passion in the sense of intensity, often difficulty. And calm means with. So when we're compassionate, we are feeling with, we are being with someone's or our own suffering. And it's a totally different energy really than metta. Metta is really just light, should be simple and easy. And it's something that kind of bubbles up naturally. So like this morning, I was listening to the birds sing. In fact, I can hear them right now. Springtime, they're very loud. They're very busy mating and establishing nests and families and territories. And so they're very, the bird song is really strong. And I was just really appreciating it. And in response, I could feel myself and my heart just opening and wishing, oh, blessings on you, birds. So, we do it for the flying feathered creatures. We do it for the four-legged ones. We do it for the two-legged human ones and ourselves. And it's just something that happens naturally and is a very light kind of thing. We do want to be focusing, though. We don't want to be light and diffuse with our attention. We're very much focused here on the heart. So we are keeping a steady attention, inclining the mind toward our desire to send well wishes to ourselves and others. But it's not intense as compassion. It's got a little bit of a lighter, easier, no limitations, no exceptions. May all be well. That just has a different feeling tone than I am here with you and empathizing and understanding that you're not alone in your suffering. That's compassion. Take the 4 Ways to Love course and you'll learn more about that one. So let's settle in for some kind of just a brief. It's possible, we don't have to go through all 5 or 6 categories of people and repeat and repeat. You could sit for 10 minutes. You can do little metta love bombs as you walk down the street. Sharon Salzberg, in fact, if you go to her website, has a downloadable guided meditation that you can listen to as you walk. She created this for her New York neighbors. She lives in New York, among other places. And so having lived in New York for 20 years, I wish I would have had that. You can walk down the street and wish well for people who pass you by. I used to do this when I commuted on the train in the morning. And so Metta's super portable. It doesn't have to be an hour of concentrated practice. That is a lovely, deep practice as well. But today I'm just gonna set the timer for about 10 minutes, and we'll take that time to touch into our own capacity for wishing well for ourselves and others. We'll see how it goes. So let me just get the timer going. So we can let our metta, our well wishes, be as light as that bell. Bringing some friendly attention to the body as we settle in for this time of practice. So you can keep your eyes open and just have a kind of a downward gaze, or gently close them completely if it's easier to feel into the body right now. We're so oriented, those of us who can see, by sight. Those of us who have the gift of sight, this is 90% of how we orient ourselves. And so when we close our eyes or soften the gaze, it's interesting to notice that it's easier to feel the body. So the brain's not processing input through the eyes right now. And so let's just turn some friendly attention to this body. And And you might turn some attention towards the feeling of breathing, how this body, as we sit, is naturally breathing in and out. Just as a way to move in closer to ourselves, a way to focus on the here and now by receiving these sensations of breathing or the sensations of the weight of the lower body resting on the seat you've taken. And let's just begin by wishing well for this body. May this body be at ease. May this body be healthy, healthy and strong. May this body be at peace. May I cease struggling with the way it is. May I know contentment with this body. May I feel safe as I move with this body. May this good heart, right here in the center of the chest, in the body, may this good heart always wish well for the body. May there be unity of body, mind, and heart. May I be safe and healthy. May I accept this body. May I accept this life expressing itself in this body with joy, with acceptance. May I be at peace with my body, my heart, my mind. May I be well and live with ease. If you're new to this practice, all we're doing is taking the traditional 4 wishes for safety, health, happiness, and well-being, and finding the right words and finding the right direction to send these intentional wishes for friendliness. May this body be well. And you can drop in any phrases or images that are working for you to move in more intimately, to be in your body, this body sitting here now, just as it is. You can drop the words if the words are getting in the way of contacting that radiating quality of metta. See if you can sense shifts and movements in the body just by intending to be friendly toward it. When you turn your attention to this body, what happens? And now getting a sense of your sitting body sending metta out in all directions. So just before we actually direct intentionally well wishes for all beings everywhere, as you sit, bringing some attention to just first feeling on the inside of the body. Don't try to feel, just notice what feelings are here. What can you know? For instance, without looking, you know you're sitting. Right? You feel the body and you're familiar with this arrangement of parts of the body as sitting. Just holding a sense of the sitting body. Then maybe see if it's possible to just feel the outer edges of this body sitting. The skin, or maybe the energy field that surrounds the body. If it helps to have an image, you can imagine yourself surrounded by a color, maybe in a kind of bubble of benevolent energy. And if it helps to picture it and give it a color, go ahead. You're envisioning something in the mind, but sensing it in the body. And now we're expanding out to sense the space all around. The space in front, the space behind. On the sides, above and below. As best you can, sensing the expanded space all around this sitting, breathing body. And knowing that you're connected to all living beings. So as we've cultivated well wishes for this body, this life, just sending that out in all directions to all beings everywhere without exception. May all beings everywhere be at peace, be content. May all beings everywhere be healthy and strong in body and mind. All beings, the human beings, the furry four-legged creatures, the creatures that crawl, the creatures that live underground, all the beings that fly, all the beings that swim, all the living beings we can see and those we cannot see without the aid of an instrument. May all beings be safe and protected, healthy and strong, happy and content. May all beings live with ease, live with ease. And staying intimately connected to yourself as you're sending out these well wishes, noticing what thoughts and feelings might be arising. Maybe you're feeling a warmth, a radiation, an ease, a letting go. Maybe you're hearing lots of thoughts of resistance and doubt. Whatever the response is to the practice, just accepting it no judgment. This is why we call it practice. We're training ourselves to soften the tight screws of the heart, to shift our perspective, to reconnect to what's real, the real interdependence of all living beings. And resting in that knowing that all of life is interdependent, interconnected. For the rest of the day or whatever is coming next for you, perhaps setting an intention to remember to pause now and then. Maybe send out a little metta, a little friendly well wish to somebody, somebody nearby, someone who comes to mind. And see how it feels to sincerely wish goodness for ourselves and others. Thank you. May you be well and live with ease.